Now, the Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission says it will be impossible to complete boundary delimitation before the 2027 general elections. Chairperson Erastus Ethekon told a parliamentary committee that the remaining time is too short for such an intensive process, which would require at least 2 to 3 years to carry out effectively. Members of Parliament raised concerns over possible litigation challenges stemming from the postponement of delimitation, which is constitutionally required at the same time. The Commission warned that budget cuts could further compromise preparations for the 2027 polls. Senior political reporter Elizabeth Mutuku has more.
Appearing before the National Assembly's Committee on the Implementation of the Constitution, CIOC, IEBC Chairperson Erastus Ethekon stated that it may be difficult to delimitate electoral boundaries within the time remaining before the next general election. He emphasized that the process requires adequate preparation. The Ethekon statement sparked concerns among lawmakers who raised fears of potential litigation that could interfere with upcoming polls. The Karoli-led committee urged the IEBC to seek further advice from experts on the legal risks involved should the commission fail to meet constitutional requirements.
Come back with a proposal. And I would encourage you not to consider the NADCO report, because you are an independent commission. And if there's an appearance that you are being influenced by another political process outside, again, we open ourselves to challenges.
We need close to minimum 2 to 3 years to undertake this fairly technical and actually also emotional exercise, because we are required by law, the law that you just, the Parliament recently amended, in the schedule, the 5th schedule of the IEBC Act. There is a whole process, very elaborate process that we must comply with in terms of even public participation in all those areas. So looking at the timelines, my fear is, from even the practical point of view, we might not meet that threshold.
Additionally, the IEBC, through its CEO, Hussein Marjan, raised concerns over the reduction into the proposed budget for the next general election. The Commission had requested 61.7 billion shillings, but only 57.3 billion shillings was allocated. Marjan warned that the budget cut may negatively impact key processes such as voter education.
The requirements column, we have got 61.7 billion. That is what we requested for the purpose of by-elections. Then, because of GDP decline, every MD was actually requested to reduce the budget by 4.5%. So also we suffered that, and our budget was reduced from 61.7 to 57.3.
There is the issue of scarcity of resources or limitations in resources, but also we don't need to compromise on the quality, on the timeliness of our electoral processes.
The issue of Kenya's election being among the most expensive in the region, Ethekon said the country must address the trust deficit. He warned that unless this is resolved, the cost of election will continue to burden taxpayers.
Elections, then disputes thereafter that are actually, even when they are ruled by the courts, people still feel like the commission has not done its job. And by this I mean we saw with the previous commission a serious split, whereby one side was saying this and the other side was saying that.
Yes, where did the rain start beating us? How come we do not trust our electoral systems? How come we don't have confidence? Then how come we are regulating everything that then carries a cost with it? So it will take us a whole paradigm shift, a whole rethinking about our election system, looking at the history and looking at where we want to go, even as we deploy technology.
The IEBC is expected to launch a voter registration drive on Monday next week, targeting 6.3 million Kenyans, most of whom are expected to be young people. Despite numerous challenges facing the electoral body, they've assured Kenyans of credible elections, even as they challenge them to have trust in the commission. Elizabeth Motuko, TV 47 Parliament Building.